Said you're running out of time, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean?
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Tune In. I'm Soren Henderson.
And I'm Shane Garland, and we have a rockin' show for you today. Today we sit down with Stephen Thorpe of Impulsive Kind, as well as Rich Scannella, the drum instructor and touring drummer for Bon Jovi. And of course, Khalil's back on the quad for Khalil's Corner. But first, let me hand it off to Soren for the news.
Hey guys, each week I run through the top 5 songs on the Billboard Top 100, and also your weekly music news. This week's top 5 doesn't see too much change, with Adele's Hello breaking all kinds of music records at number 1 for a third week. It's held this spot in also digital songs, streaming songs, and also on-demand songs. Hello is just the 4th song to earn 3 straight weeks of more than 400,000 in digital sales. It is Adele's 4th number 1 radio song, following Rolling in the Deep, Someone Like You, and Set Fire to the Rain. Now beneath Hello, Drake's Hotline Blings holds on to the number 2 spot, with Justin Bieber's Sorry coming in 3rd. The Weeknd's The Hills falls from 3rd to 4th after being number 1 for 6 weeks. And rounding out the top 5 this week, Shawn Mendes' jumps from 6th to 5th with Stitches. New Zealand singer Lorde quickly shut down rumours that she lip-synced in a performance on SNL. Based on a tweet from Lorde, some viewers were apparently so impressed by vocals in her SNL performance with Disclosure that they questioned whether or not she was actually singing live. An amused Lorde, who performed Magnets on November the 14th episode, decided to dispel any lip-syncing rumblings. The day after the show aired, Lorde took to Twitter to post, "Wow, the fact that some people thought I was lip-syncing on SNL is an awesome compliment. Goes without saying, I have never and will never." She later tweeted, "We're just a bunch of kids from faraway places, and we played on Saturday Night Live. It's all a bit overwhelming, and I'm crazy grateful." Justin Bieber's new album, Purpose, dropped on Friday and made its grand emergence into the world with a massive launch show at Los Angeles Staples Center. Now, Bieber's gone even bigger. On Saturday, he dropped a music video for each song on the album, 1 per hour, all on his Vevo page. This project is in a total called Purpose the Movement, a self-described short film created by Bieber, choreographer pal Paris Goebel, and manager Scooter Braun that debuted at his Staples Center performance. We've already seen the Sorry video, but a new version of What Do You Mean is also included in the new videos. And that's all I've got for you this week in your music news. Shane, back to you.
Thanks, Soren. As custom has it here at Tune In, we have another awesome local band with us today as we sit down with Stephen Thorpe of Impulsive Kind.
Hello everyone, I'm Top Hat Matt, and today I'm joined by Stephen Thorpe of Impulsive Kind. Thank you for joining me tonight.
You're welcome.
You guys were more of a grunge sound, a grunge kind of band. But you've been experimenting since then. So what would you say your sound is like now?
Well, we still kind of have that same sound, the same grunge sound. We carry very crunchy, a lot of pedals and stuff. But I'd say with the different influences we have with the new members, we kind of lean more of the psychedelic, kind of shoegazy sound. Something that's very relaxing, a little more mellow and chill. But we also still have that, calm, heavy.
Before the band started, you had written most of the songs that Impulsive Kind has played throughout the years. Could you tell us a little about that process?
Yeah, actually, it started recording that in my parents' kitchen at my house. It was hard to record in the house when the parents were always there with my dogs walking. We have hardwood floor, hearing weird noises in the background, a TV blasting in the other room. So I never had the chance to really record. And I was always sitting in my room writing these crazy idea songs, but they were mostly repetitive, just choruses repeated throughout the songs, which is mostly what I do. I got a little more technical with my verses now, but parents went out one night, had the time to record. I recorded a 16-track demo, back-to-back songs, just got them all done, knocked them out. I had my buddy Jared sitting in the back, just listening as I recorded them one by one.
So when it comes to recording your songs, like when you did the demo, versus creating the songs with the whole band, see, one of the examples would be Vixen or Play Me Out from the track. How is that compared to when you were first creating the songs by yourself?
Well, when I created the songs by myself, it was more repetitive, take 3 or 4 chords and play them and sing a chorus. And I had in high school I used to freestyle rap, and I had that ability to still do that. It was more, I guess I lost the practice of freestyle rapping over a beat, but I was always able to do it with a guitar still in my hand. So as long as I had a guitar, I was able to freestyle the lyrics. So when I was recording a demo, I would just pick the 3 or 4 chords and just start freestyling my lyrics. Pick a good chorus and then put verses over it that relate to the chorus. When it came to being in a band and having a song, you know, at one moment your bass player could be playing a line and I'll be like, I like that, and I start playing something over it and the drums jump in and, you know, everybody's just kind of going with the flow right then and there. That's pretty much how we come up with a song.
So, would you say that's a very big part of Impulsive Kind?
What's that, adjustment?
Adjustment or improvisation, like?
Yeah, I'd say a lot about communication too. You know, when you're up there with those guys playing the music, and you never know what happens at these underground shows, you know. Well, not even underground shows. I could imagine it even if Kiss was playing a live set that they've been practicing for months, and they have all these crazy $1 million equipment sitting there doing the light changing. You know, anything's bound to go wrong. You need to be able to communicate with your guys on stage, you know. If somebody forgets a cue, I'm like, stop. You know, it's all about hand signals, and you'll start to like learn and feed off of that if you know the guys you're working around. So it's really about to stop thinking it, you know, just kind of let it go. Just do it naturally, let instinct take over.
So, where can people listen to your music?
They can find us on Facebook. You could always find us on Reverb Nation. You can always contact me. I could burn CDs. Honestly, YouTube, of course. YouTube's probably got the best quality, the best videos you could find. I mean, we actually have live shows and stuff.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Steve.
No problem, man.
And now back to the studio.
Now don't tune out, because Tune In will be right back.
But I keep moving.
Can't stop, won't stop moving.
It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright.
Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play.
The haters gonna hate, 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 hate.
I know she's gonna shake, 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 shake.
Shake it off, shake it off.
Welcome back to Tune In. Today we were lucky enough to sit down with Rich Scannella, who is the touring drummer for Bon Jovi, as well as an adjunct professor here at Rider.
Hello everyone, my name is Ruth Larajoni, and I am very happy to introduce Rich Scannella. He is a drum instructor, arts administration band instructor, and touring drummer for artists such as Bon Jovi, Lady Gaga, and Bruce Springsteen. Hello, thank you so much for coming in today.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Your different experiences with touring with Bon Jovi, for example, how are they different compared to other experiences you've had?
Bon Jovi is it's on a much bigger level. When you're playing other gigs, either local or club or theater, ballroom, it's a much different experience in that everything is on a much smaller scale. Pay's different, the catering, all the backstage accommodations, travel arrangements are really high. Everything is magnified, it's on a much bigger scale, and it's much higher profile, and in turn it's higher pressure.
Who are your influences?
My dad's a musician, so I grew up listening to jazz when I was really young, and then all the, you know, rock and pop. As far as drummers, I grew up listening to Buddy Rich. It was kind of a starting point that made me really decide to be a drummer. I love a lot of the studio drummers, people like Steve Jordan, Bernard Purdy. Saturday Night Live drummer Sean Pelton, who I studied with, was a big influence.
What's the difference between instructing the band versus actually participating in the arts administration band?
Really running it really similar to how a big artist would run a rehearsal. You have to come prepared, you have to know the material, and specifically, rock and roll doesn't usually use charts or music. That being said, if you had something specific you had to work on, go over your notes, because being prepared, especially at that level, you really don't have time for figuring it out. You really have to hit the ground running pretty quickly, and you gotta already be in the process of what's already happening. When I'm performing, I'm doing what I'm teaching. I'm coming in, for example, I'm playing a show in 2 days. I just got a set list yesterday, so now I've got to go over and make sure I know everything. Anything I don't know, I've got to make sure I can learn within the next 2 days.
How is it like working with the students? Do you enjoy it?
It's been great. I love it. When I first came here, I would have the students pick the songs. This last semester, I thought just to keep it moving a little better, I picked the songs. And I think that's important to have a diverse bunch of songs so that we're learning, different things.
When you manage the band, you use different genres. Why did you
Yes.
decide to do that?
Well, it's really important because if you're only doing one style or one artist, I wouldn't want to just do one artist, certainly, but, we're basically covering other people's. And I think learning different genres helps the students to become familiar with different styles. And it's also, again, going back to artists I work with, if you want to be a working player, you've got to be able to handle different styles. It's just, you should be prepared and be able to handle different genres.
What other things are involved with your drum lessons?
The lessons I try to break up into a couple parts, one being technique, the basics. So if a student comes to me and they've never played before, I have to make sure that they have some working knowledge of theory. I'll go over the technique aspect. Definitely the hand technique is important. But at the end of the day, I really try to make it fun for the student because I don't want it to all be about the homework.
Right.
I want it to feel like I'm challenging them, but it's also fun.
Very good. Well, thank you again so much for coming in. It's been an honor talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I
Really,
appreciate it.
thank you
Thanks
very
again.
much.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Now back to the studio.
Now we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to Tune In. Khalil's back on the quad this week, asking questions on Khalil's Corner.
I'm Jimmy Friel.
Jalen Thomas. I'm your supervisor at the Student Escort.
I'm Julia. Maggie. Jessica.
Hey, I'm Khalil, and this is Highly Questionable, Part 2. First question. You're driving 2 miles per hour. How long will it take you to get to 100 miles?
Rock map. 50.
50? How long will it take you?
An hour is 60 minutes.
An hour is 60 minutes?
So if you're driving 2 miles per hour, how long will it take you to get to 100?
An hour. How many feet are in the inch?
12.
Wait,
12 inches in a foot.
how many niggas are in a dollar?
20.
20? Okay. 250? What is 13 minus 50?
Minus 50?
Yeah.
Negative
37. 25, 35, 45, 45. So that's 30. 35, 36, 37, negative 37, 13 minus.
What does the NAACP stand for?
National Collegiate Athletes Association.
Another sports thing.
Alright, what does it stand for?
I have no idea.
Ooh. Martin Luther King would be proud. National
Witness Protection Program.
Witness Protection Program. With the sequel of Highly Questionable, you see we have more funny people on this campus. Back to the studio.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Thank you for tuning in to Tune In. I'm Shane Garland.
And I'm Sarah Henderson, tuning out.